Hi everyone! Good to see you guys again in the second devlog for curling in the dungeon. This time I haven't added much new content, however I added a bunch of cool and necessary improvements. The main problem with the game so far was how everything was stiff. The UI and other elements were static and unresponsive, and that's what I've worked on in the last couple weeks. The first quick thing was to update the menu to something more final. I went with the simple game title and buttons below. With that done, I could start by making the buttons and items more responsive. When hovering over them, they move a little now. Similarly, I treated the enemy cards during the combat. They also interact with being drawn, getting damaged or destroyed. The end of the round was improved by a lot too. Previously, the items from the board were flying quickly toward the character, and it was hard to tell what was happening. Now, the items first fly to the center of the screen, where we can see their descriptions with stats. This change helps a lot to actually see what's happening. In the other room, the chest now shines and shakes from time to time, showing that it has something valuable inside. After opening it, the items appear more gradually than before too. The other improvements include floating text in some places and indicators, slight UI movement or transitions between scenes. I've also changed slightly how the items' descriptions work during the combat by showing the values already multiplied. Taking the dagger for example, it normally deals 2 damage. Now when it is on the board, let's say on the ×2 area, it will show an already multiplied value of 4. I think it's a convenient change, where the players don't need to do the math in their heads all the time. But did I mention the Steam page? Guys, listen, you know what you should do. The wishlists are very important while releasing the game on Steam. So if you are interested in the game, please click that blue button. Also, the red button is kinda cool too. If you have visited the Steam page and looked at the screenshots, you've probably noticed that the map looks a little bit different as well. Previously it was looking too unnatural and odd. Because of that I decided to give it a more paper-like structure and gave the nodes some small offset. Additionally, I changed how the map generates too. Before it could have multiple starting points, but I decided it didn't really change anything and opted for only one starting node. Staying in the generation and randomness topic, randomness can sometimes feel not random enough, you know. I mean, it works completely fine, however, we don't like when some things repeat, right? When exploring the dungeon we could encounter the same boards or enemy groups in the consecutive rooms. With a small change, however, in code, I ensured that this will always be different one after another. Similarly, you won't be able to get the same items in one chest too. I mentioned at the start of the video that I haven't added any new content, but I actually did. I've added 4 new boards which you can encounter and play on. The boards also need to have more thought in them, because I need to make sure that they are not too similar to each other and add something interesting to the pool actually. I also need to test them and change them so that the gameplay on them feels right. At the end I have added one more important stuff: options. I know, it doesn't sound super interesting, but it's an important step. Currently you can tweak your display settings, audio volumes or the language, at least between English and Polish, which are for now the only languages. As always at the end, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it and don't want to miss out on this journey, subscribe to the channel. Alternatively, there's also Twitter that I post on and a Discord server. Till the next time guys, see ya!